Well, hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, I actually forgot to remove this one because this is not present in most of the videos. And today we are here with some more rank 4 gameplays. I know, you guys are bored of these videos, you don't want to see any more of them, but what can I do? I'm a one-trick pony now these days. I'm just kidding. I am having more and more of these sent in, and I still have a bunch that I need to get to. It genuinely seems kind of like an endless cycle. And truth be told, there are some of the champions that I really do want to showcase again and more because, you know, if you get sent in some awesome, exciting gameplay, in this case, I don't know, I enjoy showcasing it. I enjoy making people happy who send it in. And you guys seem to like it as well. So this time around, we have rank 4 I Hulk, Immortal Hulk, thanks to Irish. So we're obviously going to start with the Winter Soldier fight. He is straight up picking the synergy that halves his HP and converts it to Gamma. Straight up, direct. And that's also a cheeky way how to trigger your Courage Mastery immediately. Obviously, with Realm Legends Winter Soldier, AI is of a very significant importance in these fights. Here we can see that he has made his way to 25 charges. Right now, he goes for level 2. He has triggered his immortality. And now he's smacking them down for 29k per hit, basically. And here, well, that's it. That's all the fight there. That's 35 hits. So let's rewind a bit here from the point where he goes to his level 2. I think from this point would be fine. So 21 hits or so, approximately, in the fight. Winter Soldier is 71%. So here he goes for heavy attack into special attack. He's at 25 charges. And last, 8 hits? 10 hits do all the damage. 29k burst damage there. Very easy without much issue at all. Right, let's go and take a look how iHulk slaps Aspect of War Hulk from Variant 1. I'm sure that people who did Variant 1 remember this Hulk because he was a very big SOB to deal with Aspect of War and fisticuffs and everything else that quest has in common. And basically, every time he throws a special attack, you know, he goes unstoppable, and then you either need to wait it out or intercept it. And eventually he will go also unblockable if the fight lasts long enough. So here at this point, again, he's just waiting out that unstoppable. And he's quite a hefty mofo as well. He definitely had, I think, around 300 plus 1000 HP. So he's throwing his level 2. Here we have 7 charges, 8 charges, and 11. He's going to go in for a level 1. And stun triggers with 13 rage, 14 rage, and he is unblockable at this point. And unfortunately, he drops his level 3 at 3%. But obviously, iHulk does showcase his immortality and finishes out that fight. Now we're gonna have Gimme Node Rhino. This also should be quite an interesting showcase because most of these champions, you know, can't necessarily finish off a full opponent thanks to Gimme Node because their health pools are relatively smaller. But thanks to the fact that iHulk does have a top 3 health pool in the game, that's right, he's a very, very lively guy. And also, obviously, the fact that he is a rank 4, that healing should be potent enough to completely just nuke down this entire Rhino or whatever is left over of his health. So you can see that Rhino is at 78%. We still need to trigger that immortality, so he does need to kind of get down his health quicker. Kind of. I know that most of the time you don't want your health bar to go down to 0, but or to 1%. But in this case, he really has to make it happen in order to trigger immortality and that huge burst of regen, right? And then with that huge burst of regen, he's going to be able to completely nuke whatever will be left over of that Rhino. Now, this probably was not his plan to push the Rhino at level 3, but if he maintains smacking him, yeah, here we go. If he maintains smacking him long enough until immortality kicks in, then obviously Gimme is gonna get rid of the rest of it. Now we have iHealth goes ham on 724 I-Bomb Boss. So let's check this out. So we have 724 Immortal Abomination. Let's check out the health pool and whether there is any synergy. So we have, what is that health pool? 600,000 HP Immortal Abomination. Now, truth be told, depending on what type of fight it is, Immortal Abomination might not necessarily be the best target for Immortal Hulk, because I believe Immortal Hulk does physical damage with his Rage Bursts, and iHulk does physical damage with his Rage Boosts, and Immortal Abomination can gain physical resistance based on how many poisons it has on. But that being said, let's see how this fight is going to go along. He is obviously likely going to try and bait out the level 1s. I was promised goes ham, so I want to wait for that ham moment here at this point. There are these meltdown charges as well that he seems to just be comfortable ignoring for most part. Here he's going to block a level 2, and obviously poison immunity means that you do not really worry about Immortal Abomination's level 2 either too much. He goes for a heavy attack into special 1, and that stuns. At this point he has 20 charges here, and he goes for a full combo, and luckily here Immortal Abomination does not throw its level 3, and he actually makes it all the way back up to another level 2. And let's see how does going ham work out for this gentleman. Again, perhaps slightly bit lucky, but if it works, it works. And that's kind of like a very perfect characterization of a lot of Immortal Hulk fights, because you just kind of go ham sometimes, and you don't care if opponent gets 3 bars of power. You just try and get in as much damage as you can. iHulk is generally one of the most fun nuke type champions in the game. And now to finish off this clip, as short of a showcase as it is going to turn out to be, we have an Old Man Logan solo in Labyrinth of Legends. Again, iHulk does not do too good against Red Hulk, because Red Hulk has that huge physical resistance and it can hinder the damage output quite significantly. But Old Man Logan, on the other hand, is actually quite a good target, because his special attacks are very short, easily punishable, fairly easily baited out for most of the time, and obviously there's nothing really preventing you from doing your worst, so to speak. There is the obvious Labyrinth of Legends problem with Limber, and that short and stun duration really does kind of mess with Immortal Hulk at times. With that being said, he can still definitely put out some crazy damage numbers. It's kind of funny because the Petrify is Old Man Logan as well, so he can try and reverse the Old Man Logan healing that he gets. But either way, obviously that's inconsequential. Right, so we have Old Man Logan here at 91%. And we have spent 1 minute in the fight, which he used to get his level 3. But obviously you do want to catch that good burst of damage just before, well, you do want to start building up your rage charges just before you throw your level 2. And then once you do build up your rage, and just do as much damage as you can. So here he goes for his level 2, stuns the opponent. So here Old Man Logan is suffering from Petrify, 12 suppressions. Those suppressions are also quite useful, because in fights like this where you can't stun lock, you can just make sure the opponent does not reach 3 bars of power. Here he willingly throws his special attack. Again, whilst he's operating at 25 rage charges, obviously, he does a ton of extra damage. I think those were like 35k bursts of damage for like every medium. And now he does need to play careful, because he's obviously playing with like 1% health, 1 HP. So any hit in his block would be final for this fight. There is a very useful Hercules synergy that can still let you parry, but with the reduced stun duration, it's not necessarily kind of like a perfect situation anyways in Labyrinth. He goes for his level 2, whilst his immortality slowly is creeping back online. About 75% of the time has expired, so he's not too far from being able to heal to full health. And obviously, meanwhile, his own rage damage or recoil damage or anything else can't knock him out either, which is definitely helpful. Fortunately, he loses his 13 rage charges here, which was quite sweet build-up. Here he triggers his immortality, very sweet, and as it's triggered, he obviously is fully unblockable, which lets him go for a ton of damage. But unfortunately, again, Old Man Logan doesn't seem to be quite willing to throw that level 2. Which, again, is the most frustrating thing. That's such a big kind of hole in Immortal Hulk's kit, is that if you could infuriate the opponents or taunt them, it would be so helpful for Immortal Hulk. But all that being said, I have said it a million times in the past, there are about 3-4 things that I would love adjusted to Immortal Hulk to make him an absolute insane beast of a champion. Like increasing his rage duration. I think if you gave like 0.1 second increase for each rage that you already have to all of your existing rages, that would be brilliant. So when you are at like 20 rages, you would get like 2-second increased duration, and it'd be easier, much easier to maintain them. Think increase stun chance on level 1 based on how many rages you have, also would be absolutely awesome. So like if you're at 20 rages, then you would have guaranteed chance to stun with your level 1s. And lastly, obviously, something like Infuriate, something like Taunt would be absolutely beautiful. But all that being said, obviously, that Old Man Logan is nearly dead here at this point. Immortal Hulk is super healthy. He has 33 in Gamma and 77% health, which basically means he's still at a full yellow bar for all intents and purposes, because that immortality is back online as well. And it is going to be safe to finish out this fight with last like 6%, 3%. But again, that Old Man Logan unfortunately doesn't quite want to play ball there towards the end. And it just sometimes happens. But I do want to revisit this bit where he does get up to 25 rage stacks. And let's just check out how much damage he does straight after the level 2. So level 2 is at 88% health. So we have 88% health, and now it's quite literally being just destroyed. Vast majority of Old Man Logan's health just goes absolutely goodbye in this short window of time. And obviously, if you do manage to have majority of the fight fast-paced, aggressive, then, you know, those fights would last like no time at all. So it went from 88 to 45% health in how many? 30 hits? That's some insane burst of damage. Either way, that's all the clips that I have to show for you guys. Well, maybe before we go, we can check out that Winter Soldier dying again. Quite like that. I quite like that. That Winter Soldier fight was very good. It was 35 hits total. 35 hits total. Because he was very friendly with throwing his special attacks. So again, he goes in here, gets the parry, goes into heavy, drops the level 2, and that's going to be all she wrote. That's going to be all she wrote. So beautiful. So good. So good. Love that. Right. That's unfortunately the end of Immortal Hulk clips that I have for now. Again, huge thank you to Irish for sending them in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about